Welcome back to Woo Woo Wednesday, where I share my intuitive insight and weekly wisdom with you through the use of Oracle and Tarot. I'm so excited to join you because this weekend we have our final full moon of 2025. Well, I guess it's technically not of 2025. It'll already be January. But the truth is, it's the final super moon in a row. We've had 3 in a row, and this has been an absolute completion. That's what I mean, is 2025 is coming to that full completion. Yes, it will bleed over just a few days into January, but this full moon in Gemini is going to be that ultimate release of letting go and finding the balance of all the growth that you've experienced this year. Last night, I hosted my last goddess gathering of the year, and it was so incredible to hold space for over 75 women who were also going through massive growing pains and celebration. So that's what today's reading is all about, is really integrating, knowing that we have to both honor our soul and our physical body. And the physical body, when we go through changes, needs a little bit of rest, needs some integration, needs a little bit of extra love. And same with the soul. When things are transforming and we're being called to trust our intuition and step into our higher purpose, we have to give ourselves space to understand who we are at this level, understand and integrate the wisdom that we've learned through all these growing pains so that we can step into and embody our most aligned and authentic self. So I'm very excited to join you for Woo Woo Wednesday. I can't believe it. We've been going strong for over 10 years here on Woo Woo, and I just absolutely love being able to share this beautiful wisdom with you. So full moon, I'm curious, what are you releasing? What is the biggest thing that you are letting go of for this year? It was so beautiful to burn the bullshit with all the amazing babes that were at the gathering last night, and to see how many people were finally ready to choose me. I choose me was the phrase that came up that set the tone for the whole night. And everyone chose to let go of people pleasing, perfectionism, doing things that they feel like they should do, or not giving them, or feeling guilty for resting and taking time. Like this year forced me to slow down, to surrender, and to rest. And so in doing that, it's really proven to me that the right opportunities will never miss you. Even though I wasn't promoting or sharing or posting about Goddess Retreat, hell, I didn't even post the recap for summer solstice from June until like August or freaking September or October. Like I just have not been in full like go-getter hustle business go mode. I've been in, I need to heal, take care of my family, help my mom get off antidepressants, heal her broken bones, and like basically learn like how to overcome her fear of driving again after that accident. And so it's really been interesting to see how I've shifted my absolute priorities, my focus, and all the things. And what's happened is more alignment, more opportunities that are perfectly created and curated for me that I could have never even dreamed of showed up in my inbox, or was a random friend asking me to do this thing that ripple affected into something really incredible that wasn't on my vision board at the beginning of the year. So I'm curious, are you celebrating and recognizing that maybe the things that you didn't have planned on your vision board were actually the thing that were the biggest catalyst for growth and celebration in your life? So, oh my gosh, it's so Britt, I didn't get to say goodbye to you, but I saw you leave last night. I am so sad I didn't get a big hug and a squeeze, but I'm sending you sparkle magic. So good to see Jamie here. Actually, before we dive in, I'm just going to say the need for perfection. Hi, Katie. So good to see everyone. I'm just going to scroll through, say hello to everyone. Hi, Leanne's here. Hi, everyone. Hi, Jenna. Okay. Let me know if you're watching. Drop a comment below. And actually let me know, like, if you could describe 2025 in one word, what would that word be? What would that word be? I feel like my word was liberated. I was liberated from, we decided to put all of our stuff in a little small apartment storage, basically, and that shot my nervous system. We had an upstairs neighbor. You guys probably heard me talk about it all of last year and this year. Like, I just can't sleep. I'm being woken up at 4 a.m. Like, my nervous system was absolutely wrecked. And everything else in my life, aside from like my grandpa dying and my mom and all that, like that is in and of itself another stress to the nervous system. But just in my environment alone, my nervous system was wrecked, and it was affecting my life. It was affecting my ability to manifest and attract opportunities. It was just screwing up my need to and want to do yoga or to go to the gym. Everything was like dysregulated. So I was like, I don't want to deal with any of it. And Chris asked me today, he goes, "You feel back?" I'm like, I feel so back. He's like, "You know what you needed." I was like, yeah, to get out of the city, to get back to nature, to slow down and not feel like I have to have 7,000 things on my to-do list. And funny enough, I hadn't had any plans on doing the goddess gathering yesterday. But 2 weeks ago, when we were on the plane to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, I got that intuitive spirit download, and that hit one more goddess gathering this year. And I'm literally arguing with my spirit guides. No, I'm on a break. Remember, you put me on a break. No, one more goddess gathering on New Year's Eve. I'm like, whoa, that was like very oddly specific. And when that intuitive information comes through that clearly, you have to follow it. You have to go through. And so I am so grateful because I hosted this event. Over 75 women showed up because they needed it. Every single woman that walked through that room, or person that walked through that room, literally said, I needed this so bad. So with this full moon in Gemini coming up, and it being the third and final super moon in a row, this was destined for endings. This was destined for transformation. So my invitation to you is, of course, I'm going to pull some cards to see like, how can we honor what we're leaving behind and also celebrate this new fresh start, year one, the year of the horse. It's going to be a beautiful recalibration of authentic alignment so that we can charge forward with the flow and the momentum that we've been building for so long. So what would you describe 2025? Wrap that up into one word and drop it in the chat. Reestablish. That's a powerful one. Juxtaposition. Toot toot. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Beautiful. Yeah, hold on, let me pull up comments over here. Hold on, where is it at? One word, purged. Okay, purged. That's powerful. Ooh, this really was a purging year. So with that being in mind, I want you to use this full moon in Gemini to burn the bullshit, to truly write down all the things, the heaviness, the attitudes, the negative stories, the fears, the anxieties, the limiting labels, the draining, toxic partners, or like the imbalanced relationships, or ways that you break your self-trust, or ways that you break that consistency with yourself. I want you to write down all those bad habits and all those feelings and actually like fully cleanse and release this full moon. This is, if any full moon is one to burn some bullshit, this would be the one. So truly, this is your fresh start. This is your opportunity. Like cosmically, you guys know I love following the stars and seeing how the different changes in the planetary alignment actually freaking affects us, whether you think I'm crazy or not. I've been studying it long enough to where I see the patterns and the changes where we're all going through. And if we can't all agree that 2025 was a collective reset, rebirth, and release, then I don't know what to tell you about that snake year. I mean, there's a reason why all of these modalities and methods exist. So it's kind of why JP Morgan Chase said that astrologers are not for millionaires, they're for billionaires. So we got to get back to that intuitive flow and natural wisdom. So before I do, I'm going to just take a moment to shuffle with the intention that we receive the message that we need to hear for closing out 2025. Hello. Okay, 2 cards came up for that. And stepping into 2026 with full alignment and authenticity so that we feel good in our bodies. We feel good in the action that we're doing. We feel good in the community we surround ourselves with. Ooh, yeah, I see. It flipped up. So I have a sneak peek of what 2026 is going to look like for us. And 3 more cards just came up. Okay, we're going with it. I just came off of a one-on-one tarot call, and that coaching session was literally just like vibrating, buzzing. It was so powerful. And I'm like, let's do woo-woo. It's like, let's use this energy. So I kind of have a situation here. I have 2 cards that came up when I mentioned 2025. I have my middle card that's flipping face up at me right now, and I can see that that's a mediator. And then I have 3 cards that came up when I mentioned 2026. So we're just going to roll with all 6 of these cards. Sound good? Let me know if you're ready by just dropping that in the chat. I'm ready. Give me some hearts. Like, let me know you're still here. Now we are beyond changing to that. Okay, so 2025, the 2 cards that came up when I mentioned, oh my heavens, the star. This is literally my favorite card of the deck, especially in the major arcana. The star is one of hope, renewal, inspiration. It is letting that flow of life and femininity come back into your life. And so, the star, what a card of illumination. It's a card of detoxification and balancing the chakra system, if you will. And so this card is one that was pulling off all the heavy rocks from your plate. And now you're at a place where you have to rebalance with this renewed sense of faith and hope, like, oh, actually the heaviness is finally gone. The other shoe is not going to drop. I'm not self-sabotaging anymore. I actually see the hope and the faith and the trust that my dreams are truly unfolding for me. And I am making a difference. I do have purpose in this life. So the star showing up is, to me, couldn't be more sweet of a card for how Interesting. That's what someone described Goddess Gathering last night. She was new to the event. I was like, how was it? She goes, interesting. Star coming up for 2025 is an interesting card because although there were a lot of celebrations, it's called growing pains. You feel the pain, but you also have the growth and celebration, which is why I want to honor both, especially with it being a full moon in Gemini, the twins. We have to honor both the soul and the physical. And that's the physical to me is what was like, there's things ending so that the soul can really emerge into its fullest expression. So the star, beautiful message to have that renewal, have that faith and trust in yourself that you have all the tools you need, you have all the resources, the community, the support. And if you don't, you have the ability to attract it. You just have to take the walls down that you've been resisting by saying, I'm not ready, or they won't get me, or nobody is out there for me. So keep that faith. And then the next card, oh, interesting. There's the 2025 energy, the Five of Swords. Okay, that's why they came together. So the Five of Swords is all about loss and grief and winning at all cost, essentially. So you might have had to really stand your ground and fight in 2025. And that may have come at a cost of relationships, of jobs, of location where you're at. It may have it resulted in sacrifice is the feeling that I'm getting. And so if you've had that sense of loss or you've had to fight your way to get here, like, hello, you're not alone. This is saying that that renewal is here. That 2025 wasn't for naught. It wasn't just to test you and see to tease you for fun. It was truly to break you free from the limiting mindsets and the fears and the doubts that cloud you from shining at your brightest. So let's talk about, and actually let me ask, how does that resonate for you for 2025? Like, yes, we have stepped into this beautiful evolved version of ourselves, but damn, it didn't come easy. Okay, I had to fight for that. Okay, so let's talk about this middle card that came up for the week. Temperance, another major arcana. So this is showing me this beautiful super moon, full moon in Gemini with 2 major arcana cards already up out of 3 is saying that your soul is at a massive turning point, at a chapter change. And with temperance being that card, this is about what Buddha talks about, taking the middle way, the middle ground. It's about not being too extreme and not being too passive. We can't be so masculine that we're driving, forcing, and get out of my way. I'll crush anything that gets in my way. Or we can't be like, oh, it's fine. I'll just go with the flow. That's fine. No problem. Whatever you want. There's no backbone to that. Oh, gosh. But we need to find that beautiful middle where we have trust and faith that we are flowing in the right direction, that forward momentum, but also the ability to rest. This card is one of having one foot on the earth and one foot in the spirit world. So when I see the Temperance card literally as the middle of 2025, moving into 2026 on this New Year's Eve day, it is a really cool card of knowing that you're at a beautiful place of understanding. Again, these growing pains were on purpose, and so that you could take those lessons and that wisdom to stand on a solid foundation as you navigate using your intuition and showing up authentically, but also staying structured and disciplined to know that I shared in my email this morning that I immediately popped off with the word consistency for 2026, and immediately my body was like, no, thank you. That must be the generator response. I was like, no. Consistency sounds very punishing. It sounded like punishment to me. And I thought, well, what about the word devotion? Devotion feels very divine and feminine and the same meaning. And so you have to remember that the words that we use only have meaning because we give that to them. And so I want you, when you're thinking about your intention for 2026, to think about, most importantly, how you want to feel so that you can craft a word that basically represents that feeling. For me this last year, peace is my priority was my word. I had a whole mantra, peace is my priority. And when I see this Temperance card, it is saying that you're moving from deeper understanding and deeper wisdom into a place where you can actually take that and use that along your path and share that. It's basically some enlightenment. You finally are like, oh, I know better now. I can stop self-sabotaging because I know that I'm doing it. I didn't know I was doing it, but it's called self-sabotage. But only until you have that awareness can you make that change. Okay, so I had 3 cards flip out for 2026. You know me and my my sparkle magic. It overflows. So we're going to see what comes up for 2026. But before I do, I want to know, okay, we talked about the word purging, all the things, the release for 2025. What is the word that you want to embody? How do you want to feel in 2026? Is it bold? Is it joyful? It was so fun because I, last night on all 75 of those envelopes, I had a bunch of little fun goodies in there and scratch offs and affirmation cards, shine from the inside oracle cards. And I wrote a word on each one of those cards to see what people were drawn to. So I'm curious, what word, excuse me, what word have you been drawn to for 2026? How do you want to feel? What's the embodiment? Let's see. Happy New Year's morning from Australia. The card resonates so well for the end and the beginning. Oh my gosh, I love that you're already in 2026. Like how potent is this reading? How cool is that? Empowered, unapologetically authentic. Oh, this is beautiful. Y'all are speaking my soul language. This feels so good. Okay, so let's dive into the tarot that came up for 2026. Ooh, I love this card so much. This is when I manifested a car when I pulled this card last time. The Eight of Wands is about taking swift, fast action. So when you get that inspired idea, boom, don't hesitate. 2026 is the year that you take aligned action immediately. Messy aligned action. It does not have to be perfect, but my goodness, does it have to move? The energy wants to move. If you're not taking that inspired idea and putting it into action relatively quickly, what I have learned from Big Magic and Elizabeth Gilbert telling us that those ideas will bounce to the next person that's willing and able to take action on it, because there's a lot of change that we need to create in this world. And it's going to take that courage to be able to say, oh, I have this idea, I'm going to do it. Similar to like, I got inspired to do Goddess Gathering, even though my assistant's on maternity leave. I'm like, it's 2 weeks away. Where's the venue? Like, what are we going to do? But it all came together because it was an inspired idea. And when you get spirit within, that's what inspiration means, spirit within. When you get that inspired idea, that is the co-creation, like ding, ding bell of like, don't worry about how it's going to work out. You're inspired. The energy, the sparkle magic will draw it to you. And that's what happens time and time again, not only in my life, but the women that I see and support in this community. Like when you have that trust, hope, faith, and renewal, you will attract those opportunities, but you must put energy into action. There's got to be movement, even if it's the wrong fucking direction. I don't care. You just have to move the energy. You can't stay stuck and stagnant. Okay. So the next card for 2026 is the Two of Wands. Okay. Clearly we're dealing with the spirit world of inspiration and ideas. Two is about making a decision. Two of Wands is saying you have this idea trying to present itself to you, but you're just not making a choice. You're not looking within to say, what is that thing that motivates me to move forward? So when I see the 8 and 2 together, this is saying that once you make that decision, once you decide on how you want to co-create with spirit in 2026, it's going to be rapid pace. And that's exciting. It's not going to last forever. You know, like when you throw a ball, it goes far and fast for a minute, but it does stop. So there will be a slowed momentum. But I am seeing at the beginning of this year, there's opportunity for you to like make those quick moves and to surprise yourself, because I think you might have held yourself back from starting for so long that you just now believe that it's never going to happen, or it's never going to move forward, and it's never going to start. But I have had a dream for over 10 years about creating my own lipstick line. And Chris has had his own natural healing, elevated herbal product that we have had for, oh gosh, when did grandma get diagnosed? So maybe 6 years ago. And this is the year that I am taking those ideas from 10 years ago, 6 years ago, and I'm moving forward with this product that I know the world needs. And yes, we do need more lipstick. I'm mainly talking about, I know Chris's product is what the world really needs, but lipstick makes you feel damn good. And when you feel good, you do good. Okay. So make a choice and know that you've got momentum on your side, especially with those inspired ideas. Holy fucking fuck. Sorry, YouTube. The King of Wands. So 3 wands for 2026. I love it so much. The King of Wands is inspirational leader, visionary, someone who has that foresight to say, I see how this could benefit the collective. So what I'm hearing is that you have truly an idea that will rapidly manifest and start to take shape if you would just believe in those visions. There's our belief with the star. So when I see 3 wands together for 2026, that makes me so stoked, because wands are all about creativity. It's about rebuilding. If we just released and shed our snake skin in 2025, this is about using that creative growth. And I mean, all of these wands have leaves growing on them. There's so much growth that's going to happen in 2026. Let me know if I'm in my Delulu era where I'm like, this is going to be the best year ever. And I don't usually say that every year, because I'm looking at the stars and I could see like, where's Uranus going? What is that square happening? It's not looking good. Things are going to be tough. And that's why Chris just shared with me, he just did the recap for Elevated Life, our monthly membership club where we coach every single month live and guide you through guided meditation and hypnosis. And he said, babe, listen to the topics: healing the past, shadow work, inner child healing, grief. He's like, we covered so many dark, shadowy topics because that's exactly what 2025 was. And when we can accept that there are highs and lows built into the wheel of life, if you will, then we can prepare for that. And that's what we did in the elevated life. We prepared. We created master classes all around the shadow work and the inner child healing to be able to release the past and let go of things. So when I see all these freaking wands for 2026, I can't wait to create the whole curriculum for inside the Elevated Life Club, because we are on a up and on elevated trajectory where we're going to be diving into deeper things on how to take your passion and your purpose and make a positive impact and build a legacy for yourself. So I can't, especially legacy for yourself, seeing that King of Wands, that's showing me you're a visionary, you're here to make positive change, and we need you to fucking take your place. We need you to step up, take action, and do the damn thing. I am obsessed with this reading for leaving behind the growing pains, but taking the wisdom forward and seeing how much growth and momentum. And honestly, it's like, if you look at it, it's a crystal ball. Like, you get to decide. The slate is clean. You've got a blank, fresh new page to create a whole new chapter for yourself. So as I always say, when a woman decides, it's done. So make that decision, watch that momentum just pop off, and know that you'll be in a position of leadership automatically. You don't have to like step on stage or get a TV show or whatever it is that you would think is like, that's what a leader is. Like, I'm going to be Martin Luther King. Like, no, that's what leader. I said last night at the gathering, a leader is someone who will walk into a elevator and be the first one to say, hey, how are you doing? How's your day? How's it going? To open the heart, to connect with another soul. That's a leader. A leader starts first. And especially if it's done with love, that's how we change the world. Okay. All right. This was such an epic, amazing reading. I'm going to pull one card from the Shine from the Inside. I have it out here. I was doing it for a client. So I'm going to pull one last card with our intention on how can we show up for more self-love. You know, all the lessons that I teach in Shine School that I've put here in this deck all bring you back to the basics of taking care of yourself. So in 2026, of course, I want you to think of your word and your intention, but most importantly, I want you to think about what habits are going to support you feeling that way. For me, my commitment, because I'm moving into chapter 40 next year, I've decided, there's why 3? Why? They just want to talk today. I've decided moving into 40 for me next year is going to be absolute, my word was devotion, absolute devotion to my mind, my body, and my soul. And that looks like showing up on the yoga mat every day, even when I'm busy, or even when I don't feel like it, or even when XYZ. Not on our period, because we don't go upside down when we bleed. Okay. I knew this message would spark directly. I love it. I love this. Happy New Year. You guys are amazing. Self-leadership. There you go. There's the word leadership. I'm telling you. Let me just catch up with all of your comments. I've had a few dreams and ideas, but how do I start? Just start. Like, literally, whenever I'm coaching someone, I will say, what are 5 action steps that you can take to move forward with that goal or that idea? Write 5 down. Do me that favor. DM me that. What are 5 things that you could do that would start? Is it buy a domain because I already have a name? Is it reach out and tell someone? Is it ask for help I need a client and I'm willing to do it for free? Like, will you let me read oracle cards or do Reiki on you? Is the idea to start a brand or a product? Then let's ChatGPT it. Let's Google it. Let's find a coach that started that thing for you. Like, if it was to start an oracle deck, dude, the next step would be, we'll talk to someone who's done it. That's always like, when I want to do something new, I go find who's done what I want to do. And if they've never done it before, then that's when I have full, total creative permission to make it up the way that I see fit. And I think we don't give ourselves enough permission and credit to do the thing we see ourselves doing in a way that we want to do it. I think we're looking for permission or approval, or don't fuck it up. I may mess it up. Mess it up 7 times, so that the 8th time or the 15th time, you fucking do it right, because you've learned the lessons, you've gained the wisdom, and now we know we don't turn left right there. Okay. And you have to go through those learning lessons. Like, no one's devoid of learning lessons and making a mistake. I'll never forget seeing the word mistake written, MIS-take. It's a mistake. You do not film a movie in one take, okay? There's a lot of them. So why are we trying to live our life so perfectly like these fucking movie screen reels, okay? All right, off my soapbox. I did literally pull 3 cards, so we're gonna go rapid speed. Ask for help. It doesn't make you weak. There's your fucking, what do I do first? Ask for help. Reach out to somebody. Somebody knows what you want to do and they can help you. Allow unlimited abundance. This is your year to shine, to receive, to open up to all you've been all the magic that you've been asking for, and then align your intentions with your actions. This is exactly why I launch my authentically aligned goal setting guide every single year at the beginning of the year. I'm going to do it also in the spring because I'm like, okay, some people are on that like cyclical, like I'm not dealing with my goals in the winter. But if you're like me and there's a new month or a new year, I always use that as momentum and opportunity to be like, okay, fresh start. I'm letting go of some things that no longer serve me. So if you're on my email list, you've seen me sharing about how I set up my goals and how I think about doing it from a feminine place of feeling good and pleasure and not of like, I got to check the boxes and be perfect. So if you haven't already, my authentically aligned goal setting guidebook is on sale, half off, $22. Literally, it is the 20-step process that I go through to figure out my clarity on what are my 3 big goals, to clear out my mind from all the chaos and clutter and all the extra thinking that's going on, and then to give myself tools and ways to break down the goals in actionable, manageable, like realistic type of goals while still dreaming massively big. So if you haven't gotten that already, I've had so many women go through it over the years, and to see them start their businesses finally, or to go after goals that scared them. Like, it's just so cool to see how something like a little accountability and a little structure with a little plan could take your dreams and literally turn them into reality. So if you are interested in that, you're not on my email list, just drop the word goals, or actually DM me the word goals, because I know all these things go away. That way I can send it to you. It's $22. I also have the option to upgrade to a 90-minute masterclass where you can work with me basically one-on-one as your coach. It is me sharing and walking through every single process in the guidebook, as well as giving practical steps on how I approach my goals and my self-care and build it into morning and evening routines. So it feels like it's a natural, like integrative way. It's just as natural as brushing your teeth is, so will be going after your goals. The other cool thing about that masterclass is I guide you through an entire meditation to help you integrate and visualize what that new you and new version and goal looks like when you achieve that in your life. That's, to me, that subconscious work is where you actually create that magnetism. So I share that because align your intentions with your actions showed up, and that's essentially the card that inspired my idea to create the authentically aligned goal setting guidebook. Because we all have big dreams, we all have these amazing goals, but if you're like me, multi-passionate and ADD and all the things and dyslexic and you name it, then sometimes you just twiddle your thumbs and enjoy looking at the clouds, and that feels good until it doesn't, and then you're like, oh, I feel so bad about myself again. So I want to stop you from that cycle and help you with a real tool that honors both the structure of masculine and the flow of feminine. So DM me goals if you don't have that. You can also go to brittneycarmichael.com/goals. Okay, just to recap on ask for help, allow unlimited abundance, and align your actions with your intentions. This is definitely a message saying that we can go far alone, but we can go farther together. So this year, I hope to see you in person or online. I know I'll be doing some more virtual events. I've had so many people across the globe say, I just can't make it to Texas, or we're going to our goddess retreat in Florida at the end of April. And so I want to be able to connect with everyone like we did during COVID, and we all got online and we did these gatherings and we did all the things. So I'm going to bring back some virtual stuff beyond doing the Woo Woo Wednesday and things like that. But most importantly, it's about building community in person, because when you get a hug from me, oh my gosh, it's life-changing. No, I'm just kidding. When you get to hang out in person, real transformation happens so rapidly, and you actually feel safe and supported by sisters that are there to lift you up and shine a light on the magic that you make in the world. I think we need that sisterhood and the support and the community behind us. So I just want to say thank you if you have been a part of the Shine Tribe Sisterhood for 1 day or 10 years, because that's how old Shine Tribe is turning in 2026. I can't believe it. Shine School and the Shine Tribe are turning a decade old, and I just can't thank you enough for being here. Thank you for the love, the support, sharing the sparkle magic, and most importantly, doing the damn work. Going on that transformative self-discovery journey is the most rewarding, not easy, but rewarding gift. And gift that you could give yourself in this lifetime. So getting to see you blossom, getting to see you tackle your fears and say, fuck it, I'm doing it anyway, has been like the most beautiful thing. From the goddesses at the retreat who have amped up their businesses, who have gotten married, who have left partners, who have done all the things. It's just so cool to see that we actually have a community of sisterhood growing together, celebrating each other and lifting each other up. If you've been missing that and if you don't feel that, please make it a priority in 2026 to come to one of the events, whether it's my 7-day luxury goddess retreat that we're doing in Florida, or my annual summer solstice, our 1-day women's wellness retreat that celebrates mind, body, and soul. This is where we pour back into all the leaders and light workers who are taking care of everyone else. Or it could be even my full moon gatherings or my manifesting tea party. We have so many fun things, including vision board again, happening in 2026. I cannot wait to share more of that. And in fact, I've been teaching a lot more yoga around town, and it's just been so cool to bring that piece into the mix as well with the sound bowl. So I just want to end today with so much gratitude, so much love, and so much appreciation for the support, especially this year when I was going through, I mean, y'all, it's been nonstop every single year since 2019, back to fucking back death of someone very important in my life. And so I can't thank you enough for holding space. I mean, it happened right before summer solstice, and I needed that. I needed to be poured into. And although I'm the one usually leading it, it was so cool to see how the community band together and just lifted us all up, including myself. I felt so loved and supported by you this year. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It has meant the world to me. And I cannot wait to show up in 2026 with even more sparkle magic because, hey, we actually took the time to rest and fill our cup. Oh, the thing that makes all the difference. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me just catch up with your comments before I go. Wow. Yes. Retreat center is 7-year goal. Oh my gosh. That is definitely a goal for me as well, love. She's not kidding. She gives great hugs. Oh, Brookie, I miss you so much, goddess. We need to make that hug happen soon. All right, y'all, this has been such an incredible reading for 2026 and leaving behind 2025. What I'm seeing is so much faith, hope, and renewal, leaving behind the winning at all costs and the just like dying on the cross, even though like it doesn't matter anymore. Like, why are you trying to win these battles that don't matter? It's about letting go of that and knowing that you are actually here to create so much positive impact and creative growth and momentum. There's like just so much waiting to be birthed through you as that visionary leader. This is your opportunity to say, I'm done with the past. I'm taking this wisdom and I'm going to shine and show the community how it's fucking done. Boom. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Giddy up. She says, hi, Tamlin. So good to see you. Hello, Jenny, my love. Are you in Dallas? Did you already miss Dallas? Have I missed you? Let's hang out. Okay, thank you so much. If you know a soul sister who would love this message, please tag them, share it, spread the sparkle magic. And I cannot wait to see all the beautiful creations that you manifest in 2026. I am so thankful for you being a part of the Shine Tribe Sisterhood community. And cheers until 2026. And I'll see you guys in the new year. Bye.